It's Riff Arcade. I'm Josh, and welcome to a very special, somewhat different episode of Riff Arcade. Tonight, we won't be playing any games at all. Wait, don't click off, don't click off. Hang on. It's still going to be very much gaming related, and in fact, this stream is probably going to be more retro than most streams you'll be seeing tonight. Because everybody's streaming retro games. Retro games is nothing new. It's old. That's why we love them. But there's a certain piece of every game that gets lost to time, at least on a personal scale. Lots of this you can Google on the internet and find. But, I'm just going to show you the box. So there it is. Video game collectibles, do not dispose. Of course, you all know why I wrote that. It's because it's in a shoebox, and I live with people that like to throw things away. So let me get this angled up right. And so today, we're not going to be playing games, but the piece of the video games I mentioned earlier are instruction manuals. That's right. We'll be going through my first-hand collection of instruction manuals that I've saved over the years and never got rid of. So none of this was purchased separately. All of this is first-hand and came with the actual games that they go with. So let's do it. Let's get this box. Let's get this monster of a box out of the way and just start looking at some things. Let me just make a pile and we'll start. Let's see. Boop. All right, Game Boys were on top, so let's start with Game Boys. I resemble that remark. Yes. You minimalists and your disposing habits. All right, so yeah, Game Boy was on top, so let's just start with the Game Boys, right? So Kirby's Block Ball. This is a personal favorite of mine. It's like Breakout, but Kirby mode. So and tonight it's gonna be slow paced. I'm not gonna like here's Kirby, here's Mario, here's Wario. Let's enjoy this because there is some art in these booklets that you don't really see much of elsewhere. Table of contents, of course. All right, let's bring it in tight. There we go. See, look at this. Look at this art here. Like a little Kirby and a little block ball pieces. What does that say? So here's another thing. I've mentioned this before in many episodes of Riff Arcade, but I've never really gone too much into it, and that is we've played a lot of games where it'll be an old NES game, Super Nintendo, whatever, and I'll be playing with Butts and Spence, and they'll be like, "What's the point? Why are we doing this? Like, how are you supposed to know what's going on?" And the answer is it's in the instruction manual. That's where the story is. Back in the day, arcade games, NES games, they didn't have the graphics and space they wanted to make cutscenes, any cutscenes. A lot of games have zero cutscenes back in the olden days. And so to give you the reason for being, the story of the game, they would put it in the instruction book, just like that, which I think Kirby's Block Ball is no exception. I think you just start the game and you're in. I don't think there's any intro cutscenes or anything like that other than Kirby jumping out of his little cloud. So here it is. It's let's see. In this adventure, Kirby takes center stage in a frenzied block clearing free-for-all. After facing familiar enemies, Kirby must confront his arch nemesis, King DDD. It will not be an easy task. Use the 4 abilities and the Kirby Power Bounce wisely. Good luck, Kirby. Okay, I stand corrected. There wasn't really any story in that either. It was just it was just telling you that DDD was that way, and you're going to sort him out by throwing balls at him. But anyway, I digress. And you always get these... Nintendo was really good about this. You'd always get these nice, colorful, like, color-coded manuals. Like, even for the Game Boy, this instruction manual's more colorful than the game itself. But they always had these little fun pictures. They'd show you like, oh, B activates the ability, and you can turn into a fireball, and you'd get these. Nintendo would always give you these like detailed animations of what would be happening when you press the button. So yes, putting balls at him as Dream. I'm sure I have the manual for Kirby's Dream Course in here. I'm sure we'll get to that tonight. I bet we will. So yeah, oh, what was I about to say? So a lot of younger gamers, or a lot of people who didn't start gaming until later on in the evolution of gaming, a lot of people kind of look at the older games and just think like, oh, well, that's it. It's just like blocky graphics. It doesn't really lend anything to the imagination. And again, that's because a lot of times it would be the instruction book that kind of illustrates what the pixel designs were going for, and that kind of lets us fill in the blanks as to what we were actually seeing on screen if it was something that didn't quite make sense. Especially on the Game Boy, you had a lot of like enemies and stuff that you're like, what is that supposed to be? And you'd get these pictures in the instruction books, fully detailed and animated of, well, not animated, but these fully detailed renderings of what the enemies are supposed to look like. So yeah, then of course it tells you how to start the game. Boss round, yeah, it would show you the progression. It's very good. Let's see, let me zoom in a little tighter here. All right. And yeah, if there's anything you guys want me to linger on, just let me know and we can pause. This is kind of just meant to be just an easygoing little stream here. Just kind of enjoying the booklet and the art. Here we go. This is exactly what I was talking about. You'd get the little pictures on the side. Shows you what the enemies are supposed to be looking like. Is that throwing the zoom off? Whatever. There we go. Characters and items. And of course, the legal information. All right, that's Kirby's Dream Block Ball. That's not. Anyway, Kirby's Block Ball. Excellent. Okay. Next up, you saw it earlier. It's Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. Let's get some music going. Chat, give me a soundtrack, like a nice Nintendo soundtrack, and I'll throw it up. Let's see. We can get some background music going. That'll be good. Like for now, I could just say the Kirby Block Ball soundtrack. There it is. Oh, what have we got? Someone said something. Kirby's Dream Course. Yeah, we can do Kirby's Dream Course. That's a very good soundtrack too. I can tell you've got your mind set on Kirby's Dream Course. Sure. Oh, that's 1 hour. Nope, we don't need 1 hour per track. Let's try this and hope there aren't any ads. All right. Oh, that's kind of loud. That's still loud. There we go. All right. Yeah, well, Kirby's Block Ball, it's great. It's a great little thing. Okay. Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. You know what, you love it. Well, so this was, this one's a little more, some of these are going to be, fragile. I think this one's, yeah, the cover has separated. All right, well, that's okay. Oh yeah, and you get the Nintendo seal of quality. That's how you know you're in a good spot. And if the chat's in the way, let me know. I can shrink it or move it around or whatever. But all right, just pull back here. There we go. Another thing that was very exciting for us old school gamers, and again, some of you younger people aren't going to understand this. This is going to sound like the ravings of a lunatic, but part of the ritual of getting a brand new game for me was like you'd go to Walmart, you'd buy Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins for $60 or however much Game Boy games were back then, and as soon as you get in the car, you don't wait till you get home. As soon as you get in the car, you tear the cellophane off, open the box, grab the instruction manual, and you just pour over it the whole ride home. So like the 10-minute, 15-minute ride home, like I used to pride myself that by the end of the ride home, I'd be done with the instruction manual and ready to play the game because, again, a lot of old games didn't have tutorials built into them. You'd start level 1 and the game would expect you to already know all the buttons, all the moves, all that stuff. And because again, a lot of games didn't have room for the cutscenes or a tutorial stage or anything like that. Some of the good ones did, and Nintendo was famous for kind of writing their tutorials, sort of writing soft tutorials into the first level of their games. But nevertheless, again, those old NES, those old Game Boy games, a lot of people today will play emulators of NES games and like beat a whole game without knowing, like they didn't even do a special move the whole time, you know, something like that. It's because you had to read the instruction book. Run Disney 94, thank you so much for that sub. What is that? The gift sub to DMB Rush Band. There you go. You beat me to it. I was gonna throw down some confetti. But yes, the air horn is perfect. All right. You can do your own confetti. Oh, I pressed the button at the same time you cashed that in. Maybe they both went off at the same time. Yeah, enjoy that. That's gonna be some ad-free viewing for you. Anyway, I digress. Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. So this is one of the earlier instruction books, but nonetheless, there he is. So this game was the first appearance of Wario. So that's him. That might be the first appearance we got of Wario, the first official game appearance. Danger, Danger. That's a band. We talked about Danger, Danger on our Sonic Adventure 2 episode. With Ted Polsey, whatever. 6 golden coins. Shut up. It's time to set out on our mission, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, the 6 golden coins. Run Disney, thank you for another Tier 1 subscription. Beach Lover, I hope you enjoy your subscription. There it goes. All right, that was it. Kind of queued up after the subscription. I'm slowly learning about how the alerts are all going off as you guys cash them out over the streams. So of course we got our controls. This one's a little less colorful, but this was also one of the very first Game Boy games, or it was in the ballpark. So this one's not as colorful and exciting. I'll kind of stop on pages with more art on it. There we go. So there's Bunny Mario, who we haven't seen before or since. Bunny Mario has been lost to time. He's gone the way of Cat Mario. I don't know if anybody's Cat Mario again. Aqua Mario. It's just Mario swimming, but they call him Aqua Mario here, which is very interesting. Space Mario. This one was weird. This is a weird game. And Invincible Mario. Alright. right? Oh, there's the enemies. So this is what I'm talking about. In game, they're just kind of these messes of sprites that you just had to kind of, you know, if you play it without the instruction manual, you're just kind of guessing what they are. But then here they are. You're like, oh, that's Bopping Toady and Spiky. And don't forget, Heavy Zed, the owl. You also learn their names. You don't get their names anywhere else either. So this is kind of the stuff I'm talking about. Like this art just kind of ends up lost to time. There are a lot of people who devote a lot of work to kind of archiving these things and making them available as images to download. But which reminds me, if anyone's watching tonight and you guys see me pull out an instruction manual that like the internet does not have, let me know and I'll upload some scans. I'll help the community out if I've got something no one else has. These things are so weird. And there he is in a bubble. I don't know. Ooh, the map. I do love me a good map. The Mario Land map. This is Mario Land. That's interesting. I didn't know they just called this Mario Land. Hints from Mario. What does that say? If you ring the bell at the end of the stage, you can play a bonus game. You know, I'll kind of hold that up closer. I'm a sucker for like in-game and instruction maps. I love this stuff. Like, that's an awesome picture. Like, that would be like a good poster or something. That's cool. And that's also the end of the booklet. So, that's Super Mario Land 2. Next up, those two I just showed you were somewhat common. A lot of people have those. Here's one a lot of people might not. It's Ren and Stimpy Space Cadet Adventures. I actually really I played this one a lot as a kid. Of course, Ren and Stimpy is just classic 90s. There's just that very 90s, just boyish fart humor. You know the kind. So, Ren and Stimpy Space Cadet Adventures, which I think this one's also falling apart. Is it? No, this one's still good. All right, introduction. We got, what does this say? Hang on. I haven't even read some of this. Thank you for purchasing the Ren and Stimpy Show Space Cadet Adventures for the Game Boy handheld system. We hope you enjoy many hours of playing this out-of-this-world adventure. Okay. Yep, and it's got the story in there of how Commander Hoek is in a control room accident, etc., etc. That's the story. Let's see if we've got any fun Ren and Stimpy pictures in here. Captain's log, the year 400 billion. Oh boy, so there it is. There's the story. What does that say? As Commander Hoek and Cadet Stimpy race through the galaxy at speeds so fantastic they throttle the imagination, a simple mishap blossoms into a fateful and tragic mistake. Commander Hoek is inadvertently set adrift in space by his less than efficient, faithful companion. Now the race is on for Cadet Stimpy to get through a well-armed and none too friendly spaceship in order to reunite with the lost Commander Hoek. Oh yeah, I have a stuffed Stimpy. It's a plush Stimpy that had a whoopee cushion built into him, so when he squeezed his stomach, he pooted. Let's see. Well, this is kind of a third-party instruction book, so it's probably not going to be as exciting. Yeah, mainly just a lot of cutscenes. The Muddy Mud Skipper minigame, where you just flip a coin and get lives if you guess right. The adventure begins. Oh yeah, it goes through the stages. Stage 1 and 2. Stage 3 and 4. So this is another fun fact. Lots of us when we were kids, not only did we suck at video games, but video games were way, way harder. And so a lot of times, you'd get this in instruction books where they'd tell you, they'd go ahead and tell you what every stage of the game is. So I remember being a kid, and, stage 4 was just, a distant dream. Just an unattainable, long off thing that I would never see. So like for the longest time, I would just read this manual and just look at this picture and be like, oh, someday I'll get to stage 4. Oh yeah, it's log. It's better than bad. It's good. It was a THQ, not THQ, THQ. Back when they had different names, or slightly different names. All right, let's come back to the Wario Land, Super Mario Land 3. This game rocked. I loved Wario Land. This game is part of the reason I love Wario so much. This might be my favorite game on the Game Boy. This one is really good. Solid platformer through and through. Again, we got that Nintendo seal of approval. That's fun fact. That's a lot of what saved video games from the video game crash of 1982. Is a lot of crappy games were being pushed out that not a lot of time was put into, not a lot of thought was put into. So Nintendo said, we're going to take a lot of time, we're going to make sure our games are good and fun, and we're going to stamp that Nintendo seal of approval on it, that seal of quality. What does it say? I'm going to read it. It says, this official seal is your assurance that Nintendo has reviewed this product and that it has met our standards for excellence in workmanship, reliability, and entertainment value. Always look for the seal when buying games and accessories to ensure complete compatibility with your Game Boy system. So, here's another quick fun fact. Part of this Nintendo seal of quality was, of course, Nintendo was Nintendo, and they could make as many games as they wanted, as long as they were reviewed. Nintendo themselves okayed the games that were to be made, so they knew if they were good or not. For third parties, such as Ren and Stimpy Space Cadet Adventures, which did also get the Nintendo seal of quality. I believe this is true. I'm pretty sure I've read this from credible sources. But for third-party developers, Nintendo would only allow 5 games a year or something like that. So like say, for example, Konami making the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles games. They said, all right, Konami, we don't know you as well. You're a third-party publisher or developer, so we're only going to let you make 5 games. So make your 5 best games, and that's what we'll do. And so what you might be saying at this point is, wait a minute, a lot of Ninja Turtles games were made by a studio called Ultra Games. And yes, that's correct. And here's the fun fact. Ultra Games is just Konami. To get around the 5 game limit, a lot of studios just created like secondary shell studios. Like Konami had Ultra Games, and then Ultra Games would make the Turtles games. So that's how they would get around. Which we'll probably get to some instruction books that have Ultra Games on them. So there he is. There's Wario. He's charging. He's pounding. He's swimming. It's Aqua. We got the coins. All right. Let's see. We actually can go a little faster. We've got a lot of instruction books to go through. These are cool. The different little hats you could wear. You got Bull Wario, Jet Wario. He's got a little jet on his head. Dragon Wario. These were some cool power-ups. I always like that. I mean, I love Wario's iconic hat, but when he gets a little hat that looks like a duck, that's great. Oh, wow, and it shows you all the evolutions. Oh, and he talks. There's little Wario. That's fun stuff. More enemy. There's another map. Another map. There's the map of Pirates Island. That's shaped like a skull. Kind of a really weird skull. All the enemies. Pouncer. You think it's a thwomp, but it's Pouncer. Pincoon. Names were fun back then too. They'd always like these are just Pokemon names. They're Pokemon names. Come on. Helmut, Pinwheel. Hint. What does he say? I can outmuscle any creatures on the island, but I'll have to steer clear of their spikes, claws, and horns. If I get a shot at their soft underbellies, I'll be able to knock the air out of them and toss them around. So there you go. There's dang Wario Land. So we got Turtles 3. This was Konami. I think this is a little after the Ultra Games stuff happened. Oh, I love this song. This is a good song. We've got little pictures of all their... See, like, it's so amazing to me that there are people whose their jobs were to just make this unique original art for the instruction booklet that would never otherwise see the light of day. Like, there's no episode that Leonardo's blockbuster katana blade occurs. Like, this isn't a cell from an episode or anything. This was drawn for this instruction book and nothing else. Which is amazing to me. And that pizza looks delicious, and I want a slice. Galaga and Galaxian. Because, oh yeah, it's the Game Boy Arcade Classics number 3. Let's see what we got here. Seal of approval. Galaga. Oh wow, and because, yeah, 1981. Here's a little history on Galaga. It's so, this is so 90s. Like, this is 90s writing. It's do you remember what it was like the first time you dropped a quarter in a Galaga game? What does it say? Your palms were sweaty and your pulse was racing as you blasted endless waves of alien invaders to pieces. You knew all the tricks. You were an ace in the challenging stages. A perfect score every time. You owned the high score on that machine. But that was then, and times have changed. Now Galaga has triumphantly returned on Game Boy and Super Game Boy. Can you revive your long-neglected skills and once again become a Galaga ace? That's just 90s writing. Like, that's how ads were in the 90s. It's so funny. Here, I actually have so my wife bought me some Game Boy coasters. So I'll kind of use that as a little paperweight there for a second. Oh, yeah. My wife told me about that. I know we talked about it some on Thursday's Diablo 4 stream, but we finished the stream and I went downstairs and my wife said, Nintendo just, like, canceled all the pre-orders for now. Because, like, they don't know how much to charge for the Switch 2. Which is nuts. 2025. What is this life? Alright. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Let's see what we got. I'm going to be honest. I'm mainly just looking for really fun pictures. This one's mostly just writing. Oh, and there's Galaxian. That's all just text. Alright. Here we go. Kirby's Dream Land. Now, what's really funny is I've actually lost my original Kirby's Dream Land cart. So I don't even have the game for this anymore. Well, I mean, I have it now through, like, Switch and, like, the collection on Wii. Like, I've got it through so many different ways now. But it's so funny to me that I've lost the cart. But here's the instruction book. Nintendo made a plush log. That's amazing. It's big, it's heavy, it's wood. It's long, it's better than bad, it's good. Here we go, Kirby to the rescue. A lot of people don't know the original story to Kirby, but it's basically, DDD stole all the food. Yeah, he stole all the food, and their sparkling stars as well. they began to get very hungry. Suddenly, a spry little boy named Kirby happened along and said, "Don't worry, I'll get your food and your sparkling stars back." Although I'm sure to the townspeople, it just came out as, "Oh yeah." I'm wearing my Kirby pajamas. I sure I am. There he is. There, where is he? There's the little rascal. I am wearing matching Kirby pajamas. It's a very Kirby. I'm gonna be honest, this house is very Kirby. This is a very Kirby household. We're listening to Kirby, we're looking at Kirby, I'm wearing Kirby pants. I've just added a Kirby nook to my hallway outside, which I'll need to share some pictures of. But, yeah, let's get started. So I've heard this, and this instruction book seems to collaborate. I've heard that Kirby was originally white. He's not pink in the original game. And I mean, there he is. There he is as a white little puffball. I think it wasn't until Kirby's Adventure that they officially said he was pink. Which I've actually heard that Kirby was originally a placeholder. He wasn't supposed to be just a featureless ball with arms and legs. They would just like, all right, just cook up a quick sprite to put in the game, and then we'll come up with a different one later. So they just made like a circle with a face and legs. And somewhere in the development process, they said, you know what? That's perfect. Keep him that. Keep him a little ball with arms and legs. Oh, Crystal Shard Stream. You mean, is that 64? Kirby 64? No, Kirby, yeah. Maybe. I do like, I've never beaten Kirby 64, and I do have it, so maybe. Yeah, Kirby 64. That's weird. I've never heard someone just call it crystal shards before. Kirby's Arsenal. He can eat candy. He can throw bombs. He can microphone. Once in King Dedede's realm, there are 5 stages you must get through. So again, we're gonna get shown all the stages. Green Greens, Castle Low, Float Islands. It's so funny to me that the boss is a blimp. Oh, the humanity. And then of course we've got Kracko and the Bubbly Clouds, and now Dedede in stage 5. He's got a hammer. That's one thing I've never understood. They do explain like King Dedede, Kirby, he steals food, etc., etc. But they never explain like why he's like a duck or something. He's like a robed duck with a hammer. He might be based on like Japanese folklore or something. All right, let's go quick. Quicker even. So Mega Man, Dr. Wily's Revenge. I don't think Butts has played this one, but this is very close to the game that made Butts swear off Mega Man forever before we made him play them again. Crash Test Dummies. We've done this one on the channel. It's an LJN game, so you know it's good. A lot of people just laughed. Okay. Oh, so this is cool. I like how the every page has like the safety tape across the top, like the warning labels. It's very highly stylized, and I love it. Lots of pictures of oh, what are their names? Slick and Spin crashing into cars. Oh, we got a middle page break. We're gonna see that a lot tonight. I'm cracking the binding on some of these for the first time in years. That's all right. A lot of times I'll buy collector's stuff, like this controller. Like I bought this, and like that's the PlayStation 30th anniversary PS5 controller. And anytime I buy like a collector's piece like this, my friends are always like, "So are you gonna keep it in the box, or are you gonna play with it?" And I'm gonna play with it. I'm a player. What can I say? I'm not a box guy. I've got to get it out and use it. And yes, I know it depreciates in value, but here's the deal: I'm never gonna sell this stuff anyway. Like I'm too proud of this collection. At no point am I gonna be like, Well, I'd rather have the money. Like, nah, I'm good. Like, I'd rather just have the... So if I'm going to have it anyway, if I'm never going to sell it, there's no point in keeping it in the box for its value, so I might as well get it out and use it. So I'm gonna use this controller until it eventually dies and breaks, or we're on the PlayStation 10 and they don't matter anymore. But I'm still gonna have it, and I can still, like wipe it off, keep it clean, display it. It'll still be a nice piece in the collection. It doesn't have to be in a box. And that way, I got to play on it some. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Go Power Rangers. I was actually playing this one the other day, just for fun. Oh, that's a weird page. It's all green. Huh. It almost seems like a misprint. It's like too green. Alright, anyway. Yep, Rita Repulsa. I know what she does. Let's see what we got. Any cool pictures? Oh no, that's interesting. Okay. So here they put in pictures of the Super Game Boy version. So they're showing you like the color screens. I forgot this was like a Super Game Boy game. It had its own special palette, so everything could be in color. Yeah. Oh, I've definitely read this one a few times. Metroid 2 Return of Samus is in pieces, but it's all together. It's all here, so that's okay. We've got, goodness. Look at this, though. Look at that. Look at this art. That's great. All the Metroids. Look at that. These pictures are great. That's probably why this one's falling apart, because I've looked at these pictures a lot. Every enemy. I like this, that they have the sprite alongside the 2D art that they were going for, so you can kind of see and judge for yourselves how close they got to what they were going for. Yeah, I'll show you what I mean about the instruction book taking away some of the imagination. Like the Alpha Metroid. So the Alpha Metroid, this is what we saw in game. It's just kind of like a little circle with arms. It almost looks a little bit Kirby-esque. But then you can see in like the picture, you're like, ew, that's a little different. So you can get more of that sense of dread that the Metroid is so famous for. So let me put this back together. I'd love to keep flipping through that one, but I'm scared. I'm scared for this one. Oh, here we go. The actual just Game Boy manual. This is it's a fold out. That's what it is. It's a little fold out. So there's no pictures there or anything, but this came in the original Game Boy packaging. That's cool. Here's Yoshi. It looks like I've had this one out in the sun. It looks like the yellow of it has faded a lot. I've definitely had this one in the sun. That one's got some UV damage. We did this one on the channel as well. Hatch and match with Yoshi. That's cool. Alright, I tell you guys what, let's just start looking at the covers. And you guys just stop me if you see one you want to go into, but there's Tetris, the original Tetris booklet. Yeah, well, it's because I have so many to go through. There's so many books over here, because this is just Game Boy. We're not even out of Game Boy yet. But there's Pac-Man. There it is. There's the owner's manual for the Game Boy Compact video game system. Goodness gracious. Look at there. It shows you how to put in the Game Boy games. Wow. It's funny to me that this is one of my most pristine ones. This one's like not damaged at all. It's very pristine. Game Boy Color. So we get into the Game Boy Color now. Gexen or the Gecko. Mega Man Extreme. This was kind of like a... They kind of smashed together Mega Man X and X2 into a Game Boy Color game. And it was very strange and unique. But now, see, this is like much later on in time. Like the years have gone past, and so now we've got like full color manuals. It's a little more fancy schmancy. R-Type DX. Again, another conversion of an arcade game. Game Boy saw a lot of that. Obviously a lot of things were just kind of ported over. Perfect Dark. Another example of a port that doesn't nearly hold up to the original. It looks like we're in Game Boy Advance now. They weren't all for Game Boy Color, just those last few were. I didn't have nearly as many Game Boy Color games. But Golden Sun, that was an amazing game. This one was an RPG, and you can tell. You can always tell the RPGs because they're much, much thicker. Much, much thicker instruction books. Again, we're in the world of full color, full illustration booklets now, like that. You're not going to see that in the game. That's only in the instruction book, maybe the hint book. But yeah, it's good stuff. Castlevania Circle of the Moon. We played that one in October, if you guys recall. Let's see. Is there any cool art in there? Again, full color instruction book. They did not care about the price of instruction books at this point. There was full color fonts, font changes. Good stuff. Chat, give us another soundtrack. It sounds like we've reached the end of Kirby's Dream Course. We sure have. That was the end of it. Final Fantasy IV. This one wasn't a bad little port because, I mean, it was on the Game Boy Advance, so the graphics were better. This one was pretty faithful to the Super Nintendo. Which, that's one of the things that blew my mind about the Game Boy Advance when it first came out. Was I was like, oh my gosh, it's like I have Super Nintendo games in my pocket. It's amazing. There's the sequel, Golden Sun, the Lost, what is it? What the hell is this? The Lost Age. Golden Sun, the Lost Age. Oh yeah, Mega Man. Okay, I can do Mega Man. I actually had a Mega Man soundtrack stuck in my head just the other day, so I'm going to play that Mega Man's soundtrack. See if we can spot it. Some of you already know what it is. There's another Castlevania. Harmony of Dissonance. With Yu-Gi-Oh, you start getting ads on the back. And Metroid Fusion. That's a good game. Lots of these. Yeah, if any of these y'all want to see me play on the channel, and don't just say all of them. I mean, you can. But yeah, look at that. Much better. Again, you get their side by side with their sprite. Still a little bit left to the imagination. You got this little pink blob, but it's actually this. This is one of the evil Samus. Is there a picture of the evil Samus? Evil Samus is cool. No, I guess it's because it just looks like Samus. Okay, anyway, I digress. Moving on. Alright, so we're going to go back to Game Boy, but it's because these manuals were bigger. But there's Pokemon Gold. Pokemon Gold Trader's Guide became a Pokemon Gold. I should play through Gold again soon. I'm actually working through Sapphire right now. I'm trying a Ludicolo team because Ludicolo is absolutely ridiculous. It's a satirical party. There's all the trainers from Pokemon Gold. Good stuff there. Final Fantasy Adventure and Final Fantasy Legend 2. Why not?
Who's that Pokemon?
Who's that Pokemon? Indeed. It's funny you should say that because the very next one I have is the original Pokemon manual, which is unfortunately missing its cover, and it's probably gone. But there it is. This is the Pokemon Blue. Knowing me, I probably like took the cover off and like made it into a little sign that I taped like on my bed or something. That kind of thing. There they are. Ah! There's that original Pokemon art. I forgot the name of this guy, but like the guy who illustrates these is a big deal. He also did the art for a lot of the Pokemon trading cards. Oh, Pokemon Blue. Oh my gosh. I feel like I spent a lifetime in this game. My childhood slowed to a stop whenever this game was turned on. Good old Pokemon. Okay, well that's all the Game Boy games. So let's get those piled back up. As you guys can see, I neatened, straightened, and organized all of this a long time before I had the idea to do this stream. And I had to gather all these things were just scattered across like my parents' house and my house. So I had to gather it all together. What system do y'all want to see next? Would y'all rather do Super Nintendo? Regular Nintendo? I've got N64 over here. What do y'all want to see next? Oh yeah, I'll have to show you guys this later, but there was a time when Burger King had Pokemon toys, but what was interesting about those was they were, you know, like most of the time if McDonald's comes out with a line of toys, there's going to be like 6 or 8 to collect. Burger King had like, it was something like 100 different Pokemon toys that you might get on any given day. So yeah, I remember I just had like tons of like little Burger King, like they all came in these little plastic Pokeballs. So I just had like a pile of plastic Pokeballs from Burger King. Nintendo 1.0, we can do that. We absolutely can. I don't think I have as many of those, but here we go. This is the original Super Mario Brothers. Again, its cover is missing because I was a rambunctious 5-year-old. But yeah, there it is. There's the original Super Mario Brothers instruction book that shows you the progression all the way to Bowser's Castle in Stage 4, which I always thought was pretty cool. Yeah, this is the one with the story, I think. Like, it's, like, the story's actually, like, way more horrifying than it ever was. Is it in here? Actually, it might be on another page that's missing. There might be a couple of pages missing. Tips and tricks. Duck Hunt. Yeah, I've got a gut feeling there might be a couple of pages, because I feel like over here there was a page that was like, the story of the Mushroom Kingdom is that Bowser turned its inhabitants into bricks, and then like you spend the game smashing the bricks, so it's just kind of funny like that. Bart's, The Simpsons Bart versus the World. Interesting piece there. Ghostbusters 2! This is one of my very first video games I ever got. This was, I did this on a stream not terribly long ago. Actually, it was probably a year ago now, but Ghostbusters 2, that was a game right there. I played that one a lot. Mega Man 2, black and white manual. Not a lot going on, but just the weapons. the enemies. You got a picture of Guts Dozer there. Neat stuff. Chippendale Rescue Rangers, also one of the very first games I ever owned. And yet, here's the instruction book, ready to go. Capcom, the Capcom greats. Dick Tracy, you know what you love it. Big boy, Al Pacino, hoo-ah. I want to do this one soon. I either want to do this as an episode or as a Tuesday night stream. Butts and I did the original Tiny Toons on the channel, and it was a lot of fun. And these games were just really good. These are really good games. Speaking of the original Tiny Toon Adventures, here's the original manual. And I can tell that I got a little handy with the scissors on this one. I clearly wanted the logo for something else. So there it is. Destroyed. Oh, there's a little picture of one there. Super Mario Brothers 2. Classic. This one's got the cover on it. Let's see. Ooh, color. So this was a color manual. There you go. There's some enemies for you. I'm sure those pictures appeared in Nintendo Power as well. We got Ninja over here. Bezo. Yeah, there they all are. Wonderful. I love that stuff. Here it is. Here's the original, No, I'm sorry. This is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. That's for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game. But here's the guide for Turtles 1, and here it is. This is what I was talking about. This game was made by Konami, but here it is, Ultra. That is a pseudonym publishing studio that Konami made so they could get around Nintendo's seal of quality rule. And sure enough, I bet if you open it, there it is. That Nintendo seal of quality. They went for it. Got him. So there you go. That's fun. Is there a picture of the infamous dam level? Oh, wow. I did not know the names were given. Wow. Okay. Let me just show you guys what I'm saying. I didn't know each level was actually named after New York. So here's the streets of New York. Here's the criminally polluted Hudson River in which you defuse the bombs. I love that. The criminally polluted Hudson River. Then over here, it keeps going. We got 5th Avenue, Greenwich Village. We got the Hudson River near the Holland Tunnel. Wall Street. I bet you guys didn't know that was Wall Street. JFK International Airport. That's right. JFK is in the original Turtles game. Then, Shredder's base inside the South Bronx. And the Technodrome. And now we know where the Technodrome is located. It's South Bronx. How about that? Party van and all the power-ups. New York, New York. A turtle in town. See all the fun you miss when you don't read the instruction books? There's all the enemies and all the bosses. Good stuff. Cosmo Kramer swam in the polluted Hudson. That's right. Didn't he like catch a cold or something? I'm surprised there was never a Seinfeld video game. Bart Simpsons versus the Space Mutants. The Simpsons. Sorry. Bart Simpsons versus the Space Mutants. By Acclaim. They made a bunch of games. Ad for Double Dragon soon. Hey, speak of the devil, this is the soundtrack you're listening to right now. It's Mega Man 6. What have we got here? Power Man, Jet Mega Man. Oh, there we go. This is what the instruction books are all about. You get these really great pictures. I love that. That'd be a great poster. Gotcha the Sport. This one's just a cover. The instruction book is gone, but the cover is present. Gotcha the Sport. That was a Zapper game, as you can see. Here's the Zapper. Who made this? This was made. Gotcha was made by LJN, but look at this. I have to show you guys this at the top. Interactive with an E video games. Gotta love it. Oh, it's the East River. Norfolk has more gross tonnage. Here's DuckTales. This was another one of the first video games I ever got. This one's not missing its cover. It just has a weird black and white cover. Actually, no. Maybe that is... never mind. I think that is, like... I think I did lose the cover, because the back just has more instructions on it. Okay. Just black and white. Not much going on there. Well, if you think about it, every body of water is more or less just the same body of water. Okay, these were in the pile. They're not NES games, but I'll show them to you anyway. Return to Zork. This was one of the first games we played on the channel, and I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a tease. You might just see this one again real soon. Keep your eyes peeled. But if you guys remember, in that game, we had to get around the copy protection. Mrs. Peepers made us take that quiz, and the answers to that quiz, they are right here. There it is. Excerpts from the Encyclopedia Proboscideca. So this is it. This is the answers to the copy protection questions that Mrs. Peepers and Rebecca asks you. So there it is. Now you know. Return to Zork. Copy protection. I gotcha. Oh, 7-Up. I'll do the 7-Up in a second, but never you mind, because we can do...
Wilson, right? Of course you do.
That puts us on the wrong scene, but we can fix that. There we go. So there's Return to Zork. Now let's drink some 7-Up. You guys are gonna have to trust me. There it is. There's the 7-Up. I actually have the green, the chroma screen off, so you guys can actually see the dang bottle this time. And of course we've got I could make it. I should just make that all one thing. Just make it one. Want some, right? Of course you do. And then just like upload that one for you guys to trigger. And then lastly, out of this pile, we have the Individual Weapons and Marksmanship Guide. You might be asking yourself, what the hell is this for? Well, if you look in the very, very tippy top in the small letters, you'll see that it's actually an instruction manual for Final Doom. That's right. It's Doom. You know it, you love it. BFG 9000. It's all there. I feel like Doom is one of those few games that you just don't have to be told how to play it. It's just, we're all born with the instinct. But fun fact, Final Doom has a multi-page story. This is all the story for Final Doom. So it's quite thick. Doom actually does have a really rich lore if you dive into it. Because like all the games connect too. Like all the games go together. Alright, there's another pile. Do you guys want to do N64 or Super Nintendo? Yeah, the Army Manual from Doom. Yep. Don't give up. Oh, I should do the Revolution X ones. That would be really fun. That's a good suggestion. Don't give up. is the weapon. Yeah, call it out. You want to see, I think I've got N64. I got a few more computer manuals. A lot of more computer manuals. Yeah, I can go through the computer stuff really quick. Descent, of course. Descent 2, why not? Don't forget his buddy, the Descent 2 mission builder. Roller Coaster Tycoon! There's a good one. This is actually a game I was thinking of playing tonight before I changed my mind and decided to do this. This is a fold out for, wow, this is impressive. This is a fold out that came with StarCraft. It's got all the unit and building trees. Yeah, I think the buildings are on the back. Building tree. So that's cool. Simcopter. God, I love that game. This is my feel-good, peaceful, easy feeling game. Whenever I'm feeling down. If I'm ever playing Simcopter, feel free to ask me what's wrong. I might just say I'm enjoying Simcopter, but... And of course, Algebra Blaster 3! Learn algebra the fun and easy way. That's that. Oh, and for good measure, you know you love it. The Encyclo Almanac and Areography from the island of Dr. Brain, which is less of an instruction manual and more of just a really good book about science and math. This crossword puzzle. What the hell is all this? Animal Kingdom. Goodness gracious. Yeah, it's like a little encyclopedia. Almanac and Areography. So yeah, that's the PC stuff that I've got. I'm running out of space for all my piles. Put this up here. Alright, this will be the last stack I do tonight. We'll call it an early stream, but if you guys want to see more of this, let me know and we will do it. What are you? This is a fun fact. I know I said, I've got my N64 manuals, which we can do later, but the Cruis'n USA instruction manual folds out like a road map. It's really funny. It's a really clever instruction manual. All right, Super Nintendo. Let's do it. And boom, got to start off strong. Super Mario World. I think we've got us a nice map in there. This one's got a lot of good pictures. I really like the pictures. Like, look at this. They show you, there's like a little drawing for like every single one of his moves. That one's really cool. I'm fairly certain there's a picture of a world map that I really liked in this book. Yes. Look at that. Look at that 2D rendering of Yoshi's Island there. Actually, technically, this one's just Yoshi's Island. The rest of it is not. But anyway. It's Mario World. I have no doubt that if I sold each of these separately, I could probably come out with like $500 or something. But to me, even that, like, if someone right now is like, I'll give you $1,000 for all those books, I'd be like, no. At the very least, I need more than that. at most, I might end up just considering them priceless. I don't know. Also, it's a lot of trouble to sell all this stuff one at a time. But anyway, Daffy Duck the Marvin Missions. This is actually another game I was considering playing tonight. So I mentioned how a lot of the art was just for instruction books. This one, not so. That's just Marvin and Daffy from episodes of Looney Tunes. What was this? I don't know. I once again got Scissors happy. I think this is just the original Super Nintendo. No. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, this is just the Super Nintendo instruction manual. But what's really interesting is they show you how to hook up your NES and Super Nintendo at the same time, in case you want to do that. That's very nice and handy of them. Yeah, I think I remember I was a kid. When I was a kid, I cut out a bunch of logos and like made a collage out of them. It's WrestleMania the arcade game. Shawn Michaels on the front. He's just a sexy boy. Razor Ramon, Bret the Hitman Hart. Bet you like that, King. This looks like one. So this was a horrible habit I used to have. I used to read in the tub every morning when I was getting ready for school. So like I would sit in the tub, sleepy as all get out, and I'd grab an instruction book or a Nintendo Power or what have you, and I'd sit and read in the tub. And for the most part, I never dropped any books into the bathtub, although it happened occasionally. But even the ones I didn't, you can tell that like the steam just wrinkled them all up, and I think this is one of them. I think this one looks like it's been steam wrinkled. Guitar riff. Oh, WrestleMania's coming. WrestleMania's about to happen. It's WrestleMania season, folks. Speak of the devil. But yeah, look at this. Shawn Michaels, Lex Luger. It's got their moves. You got Mean Gene Okerlund in the pictures or whatever. No, that's not. What is that? Yeah, there's Jerry the King Lawler, and of course Vince McMahon himself back in his announcer days. Oh boy, we do need to do like a WWF game on Riff Arcade. As much as we talk about it and joke about it on streams and stuff. This was WWF Raw. I bet my brother actually had to do with the missing cover on this one. I'm sure he used that Raw logo for some. Oh yes. Okay. So now that I'm opening it up, yeah, this one's been shredded. We've got lots of cutting out has occurred. I think all the wrestlers were cut out one by one. He left Yokozuna, though. That's nice. Oh, and okay, so this one's destroyed, but nevertheless, it's in the pile. I'm keeping it. Mario Paint. This one's nice and thick. This is a good thick instruction book as well, because there's a lot to do. There's a lot to do in Mario Paint. Lots of ideas. Lots of little ideas of things to draw in Mario Paint. There it is. Speak of the devil. Kirby's Dream Course. Also a very thick instruction book. Wow. Look at those. That's beautiful. I love these colorful drawings. This is amazing. Anyway, yeah, Kirby's Dream Course is a very complex game, so I can see why the instruction book is so thick. They're like, how to curve your shot, shoot the ball. Let me put a little French on it. Toy Story. It was okay. Disney Interactive. I'm sure they've gone through a few iterations. Yeah, Raw. Wait, which one? Raw? Yeah, probably Raw or WrestleMania. There's Super Game Boy, the instruction book for the Super Game Boy, which was a very interesting little device that lets you play your Game Boy games on the Super Nintendo. Lots of different little... They're like, look at there, you can make Zelda in color. Which, this blew all our minds when we were kids. Oh, like Game Boy games in color? Blew our minds. Alright. Donkey Kong Country 2. God's Game. It's a very good game. Kremlings Ahoy. There's little renders of all the Kremlings. Now, what's interesting about Donkey Kong Country is a lot of these were used in the game. So, like, they were just bit crushed to hell and back. So, like Squawks here, like, I'm pretty sure, like, this exact picture, like, this is in the game when you're as Squawks. But, you know, it's just hard to render. You can't render 3D models on a Super Nintendo game. So they took it and crushed it down to a 16-bit two-dimensional image, and that's what's in the game. But, like, that is how they made the Donkey Kong Country games, was they made the 3D renders first and then crunched those into the game, which at the time was a really cool effect. I mean, it's still pretty cool. But it just, obviously, now would be... That's what they should do, is, like, fully remake the original Donkey Kong Country trilogy and put in, like, those original 3D models. That would be really cool. NBA Jam Tournament Edition. I don't know much about baseball. Nope, wrong sport. But they've got all the teams in here. All the teams. Let's see. We're gonna find, where's our home school? There they are. There's the Atlanta Hawks with, who is that? It's, Blaylock and Willis. I don't know who they are, but, oh, Blaylock and Willis on the Atlanta Hawks. Cool spot, the infamous cool spot. We are going to finish this someday. Hey, you know what? You know what that goes with? The cool, crisp taste of 7-Up the Uncle. That's a cool image. I like that. We're not this episode not paid for by 7-Up, although it could be. Call us. Donkey Kong Country 1. Turtles in Time. This game's great. Love this game. I could sit down and play this right now. Mickey Mania, one of the last games Disney got right. Made by Sony. Who made this? Sony ImageSoft, and I think Traveler's Tales actually had something to do with this game too. Which they've made a lot of really good games as well. But yeah, it's just got the movie. Steamboat Willie, Mad Doctor. There it is. Wait. Where is it? Where'd it go? Cool spot. There it is. We'll put it on screen while I sip. Again, there it is. I do have it. Delicious. Crisp and clean, no caffeine. Star Fox, the original Star Fox, with that Super FX chip in it. This game had Star Fox had some really good art in it too. Which may or may not. Yeah. Look at this. Look at this, like, puppet of Fox McCloud and Falco Lombardi that they clearly made and took a picture of. I actually really do wonder how they got these pictures. I wonder if that is actually like a puppet or if that's some kind of a render. Renders weren't that good back then, though. I think somewhere at one time there existed a dang Fox McCloud and Falco Lombardi puppet that they took pictures of for the instruction manual. Super Mario Kart. Oh, here we go. Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. You guys might remember us playing through that one last year? Or was it 2 years ago? Time has no meaning for me anymore. This was one I read in the tub. It's very wrinkly and crinkly. A little stiff. But these wonderful... There's like full 2 pages on Mallow. Oh man, I got 2 pages. Oh... Mario, Mallow, Gino. Good stuff. Roadrunner's Death Valley Rally. It was okay. It was a treasured piece of my childhood, but looking back, an interesting game. Sunsoft. Here we go. Here's a hard hitter. Chrono Trigger. Yeah. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Another very thick instruction booklet. And this one's also falling apart. This one's falling apart at the bindings because I read this one a lot. But this was a very good instruction book. Had really good pictures in it, really good explanations. There's all the double texts. This book is gonna fall apart. This was a really cool book. I just really liked the way this book was. It kind of told a story. Like methods of travel, the end of time. Boring lists. There we go. The adventure begins. It actually has a little guide towards the back of it that tells you the first few steps of the game. This one's great. It's a great instruction book. Great art. Time for the DKC soundtrack and the DKC instruction manual. Yeah, I passed that one just a few moments ago. I kind of breezed past it, but, well, we don't have much further to go. So I'll just finish this list and we'll call it a night. But there it is. Speak of that devil, there's Revolution X. Music is the weapon. If you guys don't know, this is the game that stars. They got to be in here, right? There's got to be a picture of them. Come on. Give it to me. Give me them. And, no. There are no pictures of Aerosmith in this book whatsoever. I'm guessing that would have cost money. But hey, if you guys call the number at the bottom of this page, you can join Aero Force One, the Aerosmith fan club. These guys are maggots. They're putting chemicals in all our food. And then have a Cutthroat Island on the back. We've got the mouse. It's the mouse. Don't know what to tell you. Came with Mario Paint. And lastly, another darling from the channel, Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. Scarf himself. Oh wow, look at that. Okay, yeah. You guys want to know the frickin' deep lore to A Link to the Past? Here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 pages that's just story. And full detailing and pictures of the characters. That's great. This was a good instruction book too. Lots of pictures of Link doing his thing, wearing a very short tunic. That's why I started wearing tights and then pants later on. There's full 2D renderings of most of the fun items you get in the game. Power up! Oh man, can't believe I had to do this. Good stuff. The Lore of Hyrule. Bushes. Slash them. They have money. And of course, the enemies as well. Which, there's actually a very excellent Link to the Past comic that ran in Nintendo Power that probably used some of these images. They're very good. All right. Well, that's going to do it for tonight. I think I'm going to call that a night there. I hope you enjoyed this stream. I know this was different. This might have been a little slower, a little bit of a walk through memory lane, but a lot of people are crazy for this stuff. A lot of people really. And hey, if people can get away, can get by just having streams where they just look at the camera and talk for hours at a time, I feel like I should be able to get away with showing off some of my instruction manuals. There's Donkey Kong Country, by the way. I'll bring that one back out if you guys want to see it. And yeah, so that's going to do it for this episode of Riff Arcade. Again, if you want to see more of this, let me know. I might actually leave the upload to this one visible on YouTube. Make it public so everyone can see it. And comment on if there were any other manuals you guys wanted to see more in depth. or if you'd like me to do another one of these and go through the N64 manuals as well, and maybe a few other little treats, such as the Game Genie manual. So we got a lot of stuff here. I've actually got a whole other shoebox in the floor that we haven't even gotten to yet. So yeah, just let me know if you want to see more of this. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next episode of Riff Arcade. Good night, everybody.